What's up, guys? Had to do a quick news break here because it was such a massive day. You can see in the headlines, is this the day that Donald Trump gets acquitted? The reason why they're saying this is because the testimony has utterly imploded. Now, we've been saying that Michael Cohen is a liar, this guy's a scumbag. All the people who are bringing cases against Donald Trump are true scumbags, and they're going to get theirs. I think all these people will be sued or disbarred or will have some type of legal proceeding against them for suborning perjury. And that's exactly what happened in New York today. They put a known liar on the stand. That's what's going on. They're putting a known liar, a guy named Michael Cohen, who's gone to prison for lying, on the stand. And they're saying, why don't you tell us the truth? But the problem is that he signed a bunch of sworn affidavits that Donald Trump didn't facilitate any of these payments, that he did all this work by himself, and that his own lawyer coming out saying, Michael Cohen's lying here, right? So this is a major, major crisis for the people who are in charge of this prosecution. I don't know how they get out of this, but the most incredible thing that happened today was that CNN began defending Donald Trump. You are not going to believe this footage. This is Anderson Cooper, who is inside and at the courthouse saying, the case is effectively over now. Nobody's ever going to believe Michael Cohen. He's the star witness. This is done. And given the cross-examination of the Trump team, see you later. Watch this.
Having just witnessed that piece of cross-examination, do you have doubts that that conversation happened the way Michael Cohen testified on his direct examination, that he called Trump into
I think it's absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's devastating, for Michael Cohen's credibility on this, in this one particular topic, whether it's, he just didn't, it's hard to, I don't know. Yes, I think if I was a juror in this case, watching that, I would think this guy's making this up as he's going along, or he's making this particular story up. Todd Blanche was pointing out, you were testifying just on Tuesday in this court, and all morning long, he's been pointing out, inconsistencies in Michael Cohen's testimony.
So what happens next? Yeah, it's not just one clip. It's very easy to be like, oh, here's one clip from the day. All day, CNN decided to go and take a chainsaw to Michael Cohen, a chainsaw to this entire prosecution. Wild stuff. I've just never seen anything like this. Here's the legal analyst, the legal expert on CNN, saying that this is probably the worst day in court he's ever seen for any case anywhere.
I don't think I've ever seen a star cooperating witness get his knees chopped out quite as clearly and dramatically as what just happened with Michael Cohen. I've certainly seen very effective cross-examinations of cooperating witnesses. I've seen aspects of their story cut into and called into question, but this goes to the heart of the allegation here, that phone call on October 24th, and it looks to the jury and to Anderson Cooper and Kara Scannell and Judge George Grasso, who are all in the courthouse, that was a devastating moment.
Yeah, so CNN's bad enough, but even I was shocked that MSNBC was coming out and saying worse, okay? Worse than what you heard on CNN. So he's got Ari Mebler on MSNBC. He's an analyst, and he's out saying it's over, it's done. This prosecution has been a nightmare, it's been a disaster, and there's just no way that anybody's going to convict Donald Trump. Check this out from MSNBC.
I think the punches are building cumulatively. I think Tuesday there were bruises, and today there's blood, to extend the metaphor. They're not done, and this is a back-and-forth process. I was listening to your reporting, following along like everyone. I'm going back in the courtroom next. I was just speaking to our colleague Lawrence O'Donnell, who spoke to MSNBC today as well. I think the collective view is these are moments the jury will remember, and they are instilling or adding possible doubts about Michael Cohen's long-term credibility. As I think everyone knows by now who's followed the trial, the question isn't has he changed his mind and retracted things. Both sides agree on that. That's not in doubt. The question is, does this guy still lie? And if he does still lie about anything, little, medium, or large, can you trust him? And the standard is not, okay, do we have to be convinced that he lies about everything? The standard for the jury and why Blanche is making some progress is, by the end of this, does the jury have reasonable doubt about Cohen telling the truth on elements of the crime? The other stuff won't ultimately matter when they deliberate. It just accrues. But what we saw in that kind of dramatic back and forth as it's been described today, well, but you did lie, and have you lied, and why do you sound like this, and a podcast where you might sound allegedly unhinged, all of that accrues to whether jurors go back and say, I doubt whether he's telling the truth about an element of the crime. For example, Trump's criminal intent back in 2016. So I think they are landing blows, Andrea.
Yeah, so I got to tell you, this was predictable, right? It was predictable. But what I don't think anybody was planning on was Michael Cohen's own attorney rolling up and saying, hey, by the way, this guy's lying. He's told me he's lying. All of this is fake. It's just so that he could run a cottage industry to try and take down Donald Trump. This was Michael Cohen's attorney, his name's Rick Costello. He's out during congressional testimony and on Fox News saying Michael Cohen is a dirtbag who's lying to you. He's lying like a rat. And this rat is a liar. He's gone to jail for lying. And the reason he's doing this is because he's going on a revenge tour against Donald Trump.
The rest of the proof doesn't support Michael Cohen. And by the way, one thing that you're not reporting yet is that besides making that statement, I swear to God, I don't have anything on Donald Trump, he also said more times than that answer, guys, I want you to understand, I will do whatever the F I have to do. I will never spend a day in jail. And then he'd slam his hand on the conference room table. And what does that mean to you? That means this guy is saying, I will lie, cheat, steal, do whatever I have to do. I'm not going to jail. Well, he did go to jail. And who do you think he blames for that? Mm-hmm. And why do you think he names his most recent book Revenge? I mean, quite frankly, he's using this to monetize himself, because this is the only way this guy can make money right now, selling books and T-shirts and trinkets and being the ultimate anti-Trumper. And because he was doing that on TV, and I saw that, I said, I can't sit by and let this guy tell the grand jury, tell the jurors now this false story when he told us the opposite story at a moment when he was desperately seeking a way out and was willing to kill himself. And certainly cooperating with truthful information is a lot easier. But he didn't have any truthful information.
So I've never seen anything collapse with such speed and at such short order than this. It's absolute total implosion. It's a nightmare. This is nightmare fuel for the people that want to see Donald Trump in jail. This was all just a psychosexual fantasy anyway for these people. And all it takes is one. All it takes is one juror. All it takes is one juror. Now, on our show, we've had a bunch of people on who've been in the courtroom looking at the jury, members of Congress, members of the Trump family, and they've been saying these jurors aren't convinced at all. Even if it's New York, they're not convinced. All it takes is one juror. All it takes is one juror to say, I'm not going to convict an innocent man. These people are trash. Bring your case, but this ain't it. And I think we got it. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.